Will now be recorded.
What are those? What are the scopes of business rule?
Entity, all forms, and main form.
Entity, all forms, and any one of the form, main form. Very good. Okay. Yeah. So we are done with the business rules. Okay. So today we are going to start on JavaScript. Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So today's topic is JavaScript. JavaScript. Okay. First of all, why we need to go for a JavaScript? What is the importance of JavaScript? So we have business rule, right? Why we need to go for JavaScript? So in business rules, right, we have some limitations. Let's say if you have a requirement, okay, if you have a requirement, first you need to validate that requirement on three things. First thing is you need to check whether you can implement that requirement using form customizations or not. Let's say you want to hide a field without any condition. So you have three options basically: form customization, business rule, and JavaScript. Let's say if you have any requirement, okay, if you want to implement that requirement, you have three options. I'm talking about the client side scripting. So we have client side scripting. So whatever we are discussing right now, it is client side scripting, like business rules, JavaScript, HTML. These comes under client side, and we also have server side coding. uh, Server side, that is like plugins, custom workflows, custom workflows. Yeah, so these two comes under server side. Flows also comes under server side. Okay, so now we are discussing about the client side. So if you have a requirement to hide and show a field, or to make that field editable or non-editable, or to make that field mandatory or non-mandatory, so if you have these kind of requirements, right, so to implement those requirements, you have three options. Either you can do it with form customization, business rule, or JavaScript. What could be your first priority? See, when you get a requirement, first you need to check if you can implement that requirement using form customization or not. In form customization, we are not setting up anything, or we are not writing any code. So this is the best choice in case if you are able to implement that requirement using form customization. If not, you have to go for business rule. You need to check in the business rule. Okay, business rule is just a configuration thing, and you no need to write any code. Okay, so let's say if you are not able to achieve that requirement using business rule, then you have to go for JavaScript. This is your last option because here we are writing the code. Okay, everybody clear? So your first option would be form customization, next business rule, next JavaScript. Okay, so now I will okay, let's discuss about the JavaScript. Okay, okay, just give me a second. We'll discuss about the, yeah, so now we are going to discuss about the JavaScript. So in JavaScript, actually we have three events. Okay, so in JavaScript we have three events. What are those three events? So first event is, event means triggers. Event is nothing but a trigger. Triggers. Okay, so what are those three events? First event is on load. Second event is on change. Third event is on save. Okay, So in JavaScript, we have three events. Events means trigger points. Okay, at what particular point you wanted to trigger this logic. So that we will call it as a event. Okay, on what particular point, on loading of a page or on changing of any field or on saving of the record, at what point you wanted to trigger your JS. So that we will call it as an event. So we have three different types of events. First event is on load event, second is on change, third is on save. So let's discuss about the on load event. So let's say you have you have written the JavaScript. JavaScript is a code, right? Now your JavaScript, you wanted to trigger that JavaScript on opening of a page. Opening of a page means, okay, I'll show you. Let's say you are on the claim record. This is claim entity. Let's say when I open any claim, at this particular point of time, if you want to trigger your JavaScript, then you have to go for onload event. When we have to go for onload event, let's say when you are opening of any record, or when you are refreshing the page, at this particular point of time, if you want to trigger your JavaScript, then which event you should use? On load event. Okay, so when I try to create a new record, this time also the page is loading, right? Onload event will trigger. When I try to open an existing record, here also I am loading the page, so onload event will trigger if you set the onload event. Okay, so basically onload event will trigger when we open any record, or when we are creating any new record, or when we are, yeah, so opening and refreshing or creating a new record. At that particular point of time, if you want to trigger your logic, you have to go for onload event. Okay, that is onload. On change is straightforward. Name itself, it is saying on changing of any field. Let's say, I have, when I change one field, I wanted to trigger my JavaScript on change of a particular field. Let's say I am changing the type of defect. I am changing the type of defect from expired to quality issue. I am changing this particular field. So when I change any particular field, not only this field, when I change the claim number, at that particular point of time, if you want to trigger your logic, then you have to go for on change event. Okay, on change is straightforward. When you are changing any field, at that particular point of time, if you want to trigger your JavaScript, you can go for on change event. And the last one is on save. It is also straightforward. Name itself, it is saying on save. If you want to trigger your logic on saving of a record, let's say I modified this claim number and I am saving it right now. When I click on save, it will save. So when I click on save, the record is getting saved. At this particular point of time, if you want to trigger your logic, then you have to go for on save event. Okay, on load, on change, on save. So we have three different types of events in JavaScript. Is it clear to everyone? Everybody clear with this?
Yes, Venkat.
Okay, so now we will imagine one requirement and we will try to implement that requirement using JavaScript. Okay, so okay, we will take the same examples like what we have taken for business rule. Okay, see, we'll take the same example. Let's say if the type of defect is quality issue. Okay, yeah, so I will take the same example. Let's take the same example. If type of defect equal to quality issue, then uh, Okay, let's see. This is the contact field is there, no? So if type of defect is quality issue, I wanted to hide this field called contact. If type of defect is not a quality issue, other than quality issue, I just wanted to show it up. You understand the you understood the requirement, right? If type of defect equal to quality issue, hide contact. Otherwise, show it. Can we implement this requirement using business rule?
Yes.
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 So we can implement this requirement using business rule. Okay. But I will just show you how to implement this requirement using JavaScript as well. See, if you have this kind of a requirement, straightforwardly you have to go for business rule. You shouldn't implement JavaScript for this. Okay. You should go for business rule. But in today's class, I will show you how you can write the code in JavaScript for this requirement. Okay, our requirement is if type of defect equal to quality issue, hide contact. Otherwise, show. Quality issue, hide. Otherwise, show. Okay, now we are going to implement this requirement using JavaScript. Okay, so to write JavaScript, uh, you can't write the JavaScript in Notepad, right? So you need Visual Studio. Okay, so you need Visual Studio. Actually, you can also write this in Notepad++. Okay, Notepad++, but that is also not suggestible. You need to install Visual Studio trial version. Okay, this is Visual Studio, my Visual Studio. This is my Visual Studio, which is showing up right now. I highlighted it in the toolbar. See, in case if you do not have Visual Studio, see, if you want to write any code related to .NET, you need this IDE, Visual Studio. Okay. See, if you want to write a code in Java, you need Eclipse or something, right? So, some kind of IDEs. So similarly, if you want to write code in .NET, you need Visual Studio. Okay. In future, we will be writing the code, .NET code, in plugins, custom workflows, etc. Okay. So that time we need this Visual Studio. So now I will suggest you to install right away. I'll show you the steps. It is straightforward. In case if you want to download Visual Studio, you can simply type it like this: Visual Studio free trial. You can type it like this. Okay. So open this particular link. It is straightforward. Okay. Okay. Visual Studio. This is 2026 version. So this is the latest version, I guess. Yeah, you can take any one. I am taking professional. You can click on free trial. Now it is getting downloaded. You can see the downloading option here. Now it is getting downloaded. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so now it is getting downloaded. Let's wait. So you will get this exe file. Okay, so exe file will be downloaded and you just need to run it. Okay, this exe file, you have to run it. Okay, now it got downloaded. You can open and you just need to double click on it. When you double click on it, See, it will show the window. Okay, see here, you just need to click on installer. It is downloading and installing. You just need to download this and run this file. So there should be a window that will allow us to choose what are the softwares that we need. See, this one only, I think. So here it will show you what are the softwares that you need. Okay, so you need to choose ASP.NET. You need to choose .NET library, something like that. Okay, let it load. Okay, I think it is taking some time. Okay, so what it will show, it will show the list of softwares that you wanted to download. Okay, from those list, you need to check like ASP.NET or .NET related libraries, etc., etc. You need to check it from this screen, and you need to click on install. That's it. You need to check the options and you need to click on install. That's it. ASP.NET, etc. You have to check it. Okay, because you need it. Okay, so that's how you have to install this Visual Studio. So after the installation, so you need to open the Visual Studio. Now we are going to write JavaScript, right? Okay, so this is the home page. Just click on continue without code. Okay, continue without code. So click on file, new. So now I wanted to write JavaScript, right? So that is why I'm going to file, new, file. So I wanted to write JavaScript. So select JavaScript file. Okay, because I wanted to write JavaScript. So let's click on it. When you click on it, so it will show up this particular screen. So here, this is the place where you have to write your JavaScript. Okay, so first JavaScript will be, it is like functions. Okay, so first it will start with function keyword, function, name of the function. Okay, function keyword and name of the function. What is the name of the function? Let's say, uh, so we are writing the form customizations or claim, right? Claim related, right? So I'm giving the name like claim customizations, something like this. This is my name. This is the name of the JavaScript. Name of the function. So I declared the keyword function and function name, open close, and curly braces open close. This is a simple function. This kind of functions you can write any number. You can also declare another function, a function hide show, open close. So you can write any number of functions like this in a single JavaScript file. Okay. So here I declared one function and name of the function is claims customizations function. So here, so first of all, what is my requirement? Can anybody explain like what was our requirement?
Type of defect, if it is quality, it should be hide the content.
Correct. So if type of defect is quality issue, we should hide contact. Otherwise, we should show. So I have to check the condition here, type of defect, what it is. If it is quality issue, hide, otherwise show. So first I need to get the value of type of defect. I need to know what is type of defect. So I need to get the value of type of defect. Correct or not? So to get this particular field value, type of defect, I need form context. Okay. So in javascript if I want to get any field value or if I want to set any field value on the form, we need form context variable. Okay, we need form context variable. If we do not have form context, we cannot get or we cannot set any field on the form. Okay, so first we need to get the form context of this particular form. Once we have that form context, using that form context we can get or set any field. So first we need to write the code for getting the form context. Okay, see what I am saying, we need to get the form context variable. Okay, so form context, where can we get it? Form context is available in, okay, so yeah, form context is available in execution context. Okay, so I am passing the parameter here, that is execution context. Okay, see these terminologies, right? It will be very new to you, but you no need to worry about it, because whenever you are writing a JavaScript, you will be writing the same thing, copy paste only. Even if you don't know anything, you just need to copy paste, it will work. Okay, but I'm telling you, first you need to get the form context of a form, because using the form context only we are going to get the field values or we are going to set the field values. To get the form context, we need execution context. From the execution context only we can get the form context. I will show you how to get the form context from execution context. It is single liner code. Okay, so first I'm declaring a variable where form context. I want this form context. From where? I want this form context from execution context.
Execution.
So I have this execution context here. Execution context dot get. I need to write it like get form context. So if I write it like this statement will give us the form context. Now I am storing the form context in this particular variable called form context. So from the right side, we will be getting the form context. because we have written it like execution context dot get form context. Whatever the value which is returning from this statement, we are storing that value in this particular variable called form context. Okay, now I got the form context. Now I have the form context. What is the next thing that we have to do? Now I know what is the form context. I got the form context. So what is the condition that we need to check here? I need to know what is type of defect. So I need to get the value of type of defect. Okay, I need to get the value of type of defect. So if I know type of defect, then only I can show or hide contact. If type of defect is quality, I can hide. Otherwise, I can show. So I need to get the value of type of defect. How to get type of defect field? So using the form context, you need to write it like form context dot get attribute. Attribute means field. Okay, which attribute we wanted to get? Which attribute we wanted to get? Attribute means field. Which field we wanted to get the value? I need to know.
Type of
Type of
defect.
defect.
Correct. I need to know the value of type of defect. But to get this type of defect value, you need to pass the schema name of this particular field. You shouldn't pass the, this is label name, display name. You shouldn't pass this display name. You need to pass the schema name of this particular field. What is the schema name of this particular field? We don't know. So to find it, you need to go to settings. Okay, copy the URL, paste it here, settings only true. So this is settings only true. So now I am opening the settings, CRM settings. Okay, now let's go to settings, solutions. I just want to get the schema name of that particular field. This is our solution. Okay, expand our solution, claim entity, form, information form. So I wanted to get the value of type of defect. I wanted to get the value of type of defect. Double click on it. Okay, click on details. So this is the name. Name means this is the schema name. Okay, so copy this particular schema name and paste it here. So get attributes, open close, double quotes, paste the schema name. Okay, what I am doing using the form context, I am trying to get the attribute which is type of defect. So if I write it like dot get value, I wanted to get the value of it. See, V should be capital here inside the get value. Okay, and then open close semicolon. Okay, this statement will give us the value of type of defect. So what is the type of defect right now on the form? It is quality issue. So it will give the quality issue number. It will not give you this text. Quality issue text will not be given. What we said in the code, what we have written in the code, get value. We are trying to get the value of it. What is the value of quality issue? Quality issue is a drop down. If it is a drop down, it will have label, it will have value. I'll show you. So click on edit. So this is option set. This is option set. Option set will have options. So each option set will have label and it also has value. So what I said in the what we have written in the code, get a value. I am trying to get the value. What is the value of quality issue?
1.
1. So 1 will be returned. Okay, from this statement, 1 will be returned. Okay, so I need to store that value, right? So to store that value, I need to declare one variable where type of defect. Okay, so now I am storing the type of defect value. So from this statement, we are getting the type of defect value. Let's say right now it is quality issue, so it will return 1, and 1 will be stored in this variable. Okay, now I need to check the condition, right? So if type of defect is quality issue, hide it. Otherwise, show it. So I need to check the condition. Condition can be checked in if condition. If type of defect equal to quality issue. Quality issue, what is the value number? Quality issue.
One.
Quality issue. Sorry. See, this is quality issue. Quality issue
1.
value number is 1.
1.
So if it is 1, then which means that it is quality issue. If it is quality issue, what should we do?
Hide the contact.
Hide contact. So I need to write the statement to hide contact. Okay, if you don't know how to hide a contact, you can simply go to Google, type mscrm js hide field. You can type it like this, mscrm.js hide field, and you will get lot of articles. You can see this is the code, form context dot get control dot, and what is the field that you wanted to hide? Contact. So here you have to pass contact schema name, set visible false. Set visible false means visible false means hidden, visible true means shown. Okay, copy this statement, paste it. You no need to by heart anything. So using the same form context, we are trying to you have to write it like get control, and what is the field that you wanted to hide? What is the field that you wanted to hide?
Contact.
Contact. So you have to pass contact schema name. Okay, what is the contact schema name? So this is contact, double click. Click on details. So this is contact field schema name. Copy, paste it here. Okay, get control, contact schema name, set visible false. Set visible false means it will be hidden. Let's say if it is not quality issue, what should happen? Else.
It should show this.
Okay, so else part means if it is not a quality issue, then show. Contact field should be shown. Same statement, paste it here. Set visible true. Set visible true means it will be shown. So first I am getting the form context using execution context, and using this form context I am getting the type of defect, and type of defect will be stored in this particular variable. I am checking if type of defect is quality issue or not. If it is quality issue, and I am hiding the contact. Otherwise, else part, otherwise I am showing it. Everybody clear with this? Everybody understood?
Yes.
Okay, so now you need to save this particular file. Just to save this file, you can save it anywhere. I am saving it in the desktop, climb.js. I'm giving the name like claim.js. Okay, so this is my code. This is my code, right? So where I have written this code, I have written this code in Visual Studio, not in CRM. I have written this code in Visual Studio, not in CRM. So we need to transfer this code into CRM. Okay, we need to transfer this code into CRM. Okay, So copy this code, complete code. How to copy the complete code? Select complete code, copy, Control C. Copy means either you can right click also. Right click, copy the code, and then you need to go to CRM. Okay, so this is your solution. See, this is your solution. See, JavaScript files will be available under web resources. See, these are entities, right? Okay, entities you can see under entities, and JavaScript files we can see under web resources. So there is an option here. Let me maximize a bit. See, web resources. Okay, so under web resources, JavaScript will be available. So now I'm going to create one JavaScript. I am going to create one JavaScript file. If JavaScript file is already there, you no need to create. You can reuse it. If it is not there, you can create. I don't have any JavaScript file for claim entity, so I am creating it. How to create? You can simply click on new. Okay, so my name of the JavaScript is climb. Okay, so display name is climb.js. Okay, so the type here is JavaScript, JScript. So it is JavaScript. Click on text editor. So whatever the code that you have copied, right? So you copied this code now, copy it and paste it here in the text editor. Okay, simply click on OK. Now we are done. So you just need to click on text editor and this is your code. Okay, save it. You need to save it and you need to publish it. Now we are publishing the customizations. What happened? Not sure what what is that issue. Publish. Okay, sometimes you will get this kind of stupid issues since it is a trial instance. Okay, okay, fine. So now you need to save it and you need to publish it. Let's consider that publish is done. Okay, now you added this particular JS. You added this particular JS into CRM. Okay, but did you configured anywhere that this particular JavaScript file should trigger? So I just added the code. I just added the code. Will it trigger automatically?
No.
No. So it will not trigger because we haven't configured any event. See, we discussed about the events, right? 3 events. We haven't configured the event. So that is why even though you added the JavaScript file, it won't trigger because you have not configured the event. So now we are going to set the event. Now you tell me which event I should use.
On change.
On change.
On change. Excellent.
And
So we should use on change event because when I change the type of defect, okay, see here, when I change the type of defect to quality issue, it should be hidden. When I change the type of defect to any option other than quality issue, it should be shown. So on change of type of defect, I should trigger my JavaScript. So I have to go for on change event. Okay, let's go for on change event. So on change event can be configured in the form. So I have to configure on change event on which form? Information form. Okay, so let's go to information form. So expand entities, claim, forms. Okay, see here, main form, information form. Let's click on leave. Okay, so this is information. Okay, so guys, can you go on mute?
Hello, 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 hello.
Who is speaking? Anjali. Guys, you should be in mute always. Okay, if you want to speak, then only unmute yourself. Okay, and when you are attending the class, right, you should be around. Okay, so you shouldn't be like uh, keeping in the mute and going somewhere. It shouldn't be like that. Okay, so if you have interest, just focus here, otherwise you no need to join. That's my opinion. Okay, so please be focused. Okay, unmute yourself in case if you want to, if you have any open questions. Okay, yeah, so yeah, so as we decided that we need to configure on change event, right? So on which field we have to schedule the on change event?
Type
On
of
which,
Type of
defect.
defect.
sorry,
Type
type
of
of
Type of
defect.
defect. Yes, type of defect. So we have type of defect here. So double click on that particular field. So see here, you have an option called events. So click on events. Okay, so this is events. And here you can see that you have on change event. See, you also have form libraries, expand form libraries. Under form libraries only you can see your JavaScript. Are you able to see your JavaScript here?
No, no.
We do not have your JavaScript here. So we need to add your JavaScript here. We already created the web resource. Okay, see, we created the JavaScript file, but the JavaScript file was not added to this particular form. Okay, JavaScript file which we created before was not added to this particular form. So let's add that add that JavaScript here. How to add? You can click on add. So you can type, we gave the name like climb.js or just climb. Type like climb. Okay, no file is found. I think it was with the schema name Walmart underscore climb. Okay, so this is our JavaScript file. So you need to type it with your schema name, JavaScript schema name, JavaScript file schema name. Okay, this is our file. Let's click on add. Okay, under form libraries, now we added our JavaScript. If you double click on this JavaScript, the same code will be shown. See, this is the code which we have written in the Visual Studio. Same code is showing up here. Okay, so I added the JavaScript under form libraries. Now I need to configure the onChange event. So I have onChange event here. So you need to click on onChange event, add. So here a library should be Walmart underscore client, because in this JavaScript file only we have JavaScript. We have written the code. In this JavaScript file only we have the code. Okay, so you need to choose. If you have multiple libraries, you should choose the one which you have written the code. Okay, so now I only have one JavaScript file, so I am selecting this only. So what is the function that we need to call here? So what is the function that we need to call here? So this is function. What is the name of the function? Clients,
Client.
client customize.
client customizations. So copy this name and paste it here. Now I wanted to call this particular function, client customization. Okay, so I have written I copied the function name here. So see here, do we have any parameters? Are we passing any parameters to this particular function? There is one parameter, that is execution context. So we are passing this execution context as a parameter to client customization, right? So we are passing execution context. So you also need to check this particular box. Okay, see, pass execution context as first parameter. So if this is checked, then you can get the execution context here. If it is unchecked, then execution context will come as null, and you will not get the form context. So if you want to get the form context, execution context is needed. If you want to get the execution context, you need to check this particular box, pass execution context as first parameter. If it is checked, you can get the execution context. So click OK. Now I added on change event. Okay. Now we are calling claims customization function. It is enabled true. So let's click on OK. Save. Publish. Now I am publishing the customizations. Whew. I don't know what is this issue. Generally, we won't get to this kind of exceptions. Okay. See, it is not giving proper details. This is the problem with the trial instances. Okay, so let's click on publish again. Okay, let's try to publish it from Power Platform. So you just need to click on the publish. That's it. Since I'm not able to do it from here, let me go to make.powerapps.com. Okay, let's click on settings, advanced settings. Okay, so click on solutions. Now I am going to make.powerapps.com. You can see, you can also publish the form from here. So this is make.powerapps.com. Okay, so this is our solution, Walmart CRM components. Okay, tables, claim, forms. Okay, you need to go to the tables, claim table, forms. What is the form? Information form. Select this information form. Do we have any publish option? Okay, let's open this information form. Okay, this is information form. This is Power Apps view. Okay, it will have a different look and feel. Okay, so now I am just publishing from here. Save and publish from here. Let's see if it get published or not. Still in progress. Now it got published. So let's check if it is working or not. Okay, so this is our claim form. Let's try to refresh this particular page. Control function F5 or just function F5 or control F5. Okay, you need to do hard refresh to clear the cache. Okay, so let's open any claim. So what is the type of defect right now? What is the type of defect right now?
Quality issue.
Quality issue. If it is quality issue, what should happen?
It should hide contact.
It should hide contact. Why is it not hiding the contact?
On change, we have created entity, and
Correct.
on load also we have to do.
Correct. Excellent. So now our JavaScript is not getting triggered because we are just opening the page. See, I just opened this particular claim. I didn't make any changes to the existing record. I just opened it. When I open and see what happened, the type of defect was quality issue. If it is quality issue by right, it should hide contact. Why is it not hiding? Because we have not set the onload event. If we would have set the onload event, then our JS might have triggered and it will check the condition, it will hide the contact. But since we have not set the onload event, our JavaScript is not getting triggered and it is showing the contact field. Let's check if onChange event is working or not. We set the onChange event, right? So let's check if it is working or not. Let's change the type of defect to damaged. So is it working or not? Is it working or not? I change
It's
it to
working
damaged. Working or is it
because it's
hiding?
no.
Okay. So it should show. It should show. Okay. Let's
Uh,
change it to quality issue. Now, is it working or not?
yes, yes.
See, when I change it to expired, it is showing. When I change it to quality issue, it is hiding. Okay. Now on change event is working. Now, do we need to configure onload event or not? Okay.
Yes.
Now type of defect is quality issue. I saved the record. When I refresh it, right now contact is not showing. When I refresh it, contact will show. See, contact is showing because I have not set the onload event. That is why my logic is not getting triggered. So that is why contact is showing by default. So for this requirement, you also need to set on load event. Let's set the onload event. Let's go to the same form. Okay, let's open the same form. Okay, let's set the onload event. On where can you set the onload event? So you can click on form properties. Okay, so you have onload event here. See, event is onload event. So you can set the onload event from here. Click on add. So this is your library. And what is the function that we need to call? Client customizations. Copy this particular function, paste it, and you also need to pass the execution context. So click on OK. So this is onload event. On save also you can configure from here only. See, this is on save. There are no on save events. On save is not required for this requirement. So we are not configuring on save event. So let's click on OK. Onload event is done. Save it. Publish it. Okay, it will throw an exception from here. Okay, we will try to publish it from make.powerapps.com. Okay, so let's refresh this particular page. Okay, so I just opened the same form. I'll show you one more time how to come here, how to come to this particular page. Okay, so let's say you are here. If you want to publish your form from Power Apps, from Power Apps, let's say you can click on settings, advanced settings. So here you need to click on solutions. Solutions. Okay, and then Walmart solution. Walmart solution, and you need to look for the tables. Tables are like entities. Table, this is claim table, claim entity, and we are dealing with forms. Click on forms, and we are checking the main form, information form, main form, information form. Open the information main form, and then you just need to click on save and publish. Save and publish. Okay, now that is done. So let's check if it is working on load. Okay, let's refresh. Control function F5, control function F5. Press 2-3 times to remove the cache. Okay, now can you tell me, is it working or not? I just loaded the form.
Yes, it's working.
It's working. See, the type of defect is quality issue. Now it is not showing up. So if it is damaged, it is showing up. Okay, so let's change it to type quality issue. Save it. Now contact is not showing up. Even after refresh, it will not show. Even after refresh, it will not show. See, it isn't. Oh, it is showing. Okay, let's refresh again. Control function F5. It shouldn't show. See, there is a refresh issue. That is why it was shown. See, it is not showing up. Okay, so if I do the refresh from here, it is showing. It is showing. Now it is not showing. See, there is a refresh issue. Okay, so your code is working. There is no problem. See, type of defect is quality issue, and the contact is not showing. Okay, so this is how you can configure on load and on change and on save events. Okay, today we have seen what is the difference between business rules and JavaScript. In business rules, we no need to write any code, but in JavaScript, we have to write the code. In business rule, there are some limitations in business rule. Let's say if you want to hide a tab or if you want to hide a section, you can't hide or show that particular section or tab using business rule. Using business rule, you can't hide and show a form, a section or a tab. But in JavaScript, we can do that. So there are some limitations in business rules. There are some scenarios which are not supported in business rules. So in that case, we have to go for JavaScript. Okay. So we have seen JavaScript today. We discussed about the events and we created a simple JavaScript file to hide and show a field. Okay. Tomorrow also we will be continuing on the JavaScript only. Okay. So I'm just pausing it here for today. So in case if you have any open questions, uh, you can ask. Open for questions.